Beta is talking about the dashboard. You guys should always be using the dashboard when you're streaming. And what he's talking about is, if I go over to full screen, okay, and I am logged into Twitch here, when you're streaming, you don't want to go to your channel. You want to go up here to your name, click on your name, and then go to dashboard at the very top. And now you have your dashboard here. And the settings I have set up right now are not optimal at the current moment. And you can see that. You see here, this is something new that Twitch added in just within the last, like, I don't know, few months. Stream configuration quality, acceptable. The broadcast is not set to constant CBR. Current average 1000, current max 1750. See what you can do to improve it. So it's going to tell you how to fix it. And I actually set this on purpose so I can have a partnership tab unless you're partnered. So keep that in mind, and that's where you find your stream key right there. So jumping out of game here, out of there. One sec. Wow. Wow. I'm still wow. Still getting over a cold right now, so I do apologize, guys. So the one of the last few sets, we have 2 more points I want to go over for today, guys. Then we'll talk about and answer all your questions in chat, and I will hang out and answer all of your questions, guys, and make sure it's taken care of. The next thing I want to talk about is ways to improve the viewing experience for your viewers. Oh, someone asked here, what's the reason for viewing your dashboard and not watching your stream? There's no point, because of the fact that with your dashboard, remember, when you're watching a stream, it kills your bandwidth a lot. So the dashboard minimizes that down a lot smaller. So it's not as bandwidth intensive for you, and then it allows you to see the stream chat a lot better. So that's why I recommend the dashboard a lot. And if you have like Google, you can use like Google Chrome. You view the dashboard, and there's a lot of cool plugins like giveaway plugins and stuff like that that you can use within the dashboard. Do the last thing again. We didn't hear it. So we're gonna go ahead, guys, and go over ways to improve the viewing experience for your viewers. And that's via hardware, software, and graphics. So, I just kind of have a list of things here, and we'll kind of talk about them while I suck down this awesome Frost Gatorade. So, first thing that's going to improve the experience outside of, having a good quality stream, which is really going to come down to your CPU and your upload, your resolution, and your frames per second. Another thing to keep in mind is a webcam. A webcam is not completely necessary. Look at streamers, Daisy streamer Lyric. Lyric does not have a webcam. He's one of the most successful Twitch streamers out there. The man has more subscribers than he needs, makes thousands of dollars a month off subscribers and donations, and pretty impressive. You don't necessarily need a webcam, but it's great to interact with. I enjoy having a webcam. I have 2 webcams, one on a tripod actually to give you guys a little broader view, and then one when I'm in game directly in front of my face. So a webcam is a good plus. I'd recommend you getting it. You can purchase a webcam for 20 bucks if really need be. It's not the best quality, but you can really just go out there and buy a webcam if need be. Like the one I had on my desk that I was using for the testing and showing you guys was like a $20 webcam. Another thing that you guys can do to improve the experience for the viewers is a green screen. A green screen is a whole nother level on Twitch. Pretty much you put a green screen, this big green screen up behind you, and you use OBS or XSplit to say eliminate that green screen area and replace it with like an image or something like that, or a video or something like that. And you do that with, it's called the chroma key, or the color key, I guess, within OBS and XSplit. I recommend Googling that. So you do have that option as well. Green screens are a ton of fun and really easy to use. I have several people that use them. They're real nice and easy to use. They're not really super complicated, but go ahead and look it up and take a look if you guys want to get into the green screens. That's what you'll see people using green screen if like they're in game and you see them in the corner, but like you don't see anything behind them. You're like, what the heck? Keep in mind, as Beta Slam is saying in chat, with green screens, you need very good lighting with green screens because you really need to have that green color behind you enunciated so that when you're working with removing that area within the streaming software, it can pick up on it properly. Another thing which helps to improve your viewing experience is the room and the atmosphere around you. You know, if you take a look around me now, you can see like, wow, like this is a gaming atmosphere. We have, you know, gaming stuff on the shelf. We have gaming statues over here off to the side that you guys see a lot of. You guys see I have a Smite poster over here. The atmosphere around the streamer is very important. You know, some of those streamers might be able to get by with like a bedroom behind them and, you know, filthy bedroom and women posters on the wall, whatever. Whatever they want to roll with. But I'm going to recommend that, you know, the area around you when you're streaming that is seen by the viewers needs to, you know, be an interest to what you're streaming. You know, try to cater what's around you to gaming if you're going to be streaming gaming or the game itself that you're playing. You know, if you have the option to have an independent room like I do, like I'm set up in a basement right now, but it's kind of like my basement, like I have everything set up I want. You know, it really helps to have that dedicated there the best way that you can. Someone on chat, I see a lot of Smite game streamers with unmade beds. There are a lot of streamers out there that live with their parents, which is nothing wrong with that, and they don't have a separate room because their bedroom is the only room in the house that they call their own. And so you kind of make the best you can with it. Look at someone like Drybear. I mean, he streams directly in his bedroom and has his bed behind him, you know, just kind of one of those things. DM Brandon, I'm trying to think. DM Brandon, I think his like an apartment setup, it looks like, but I can't really tell. But, you know, I would try to cater it the best you can. Here's something to keep in mind, though, guys. If let's say you're in your parents' bedroom, you know, you can't do anything about it. You know, you can't have a dedicated room around you. Highly consider getting a green screen then. Then you can eliminate that bedroom look behind you and change it to anything you want. You know, you can have yourself in the game of Smite. You can have yourself in a studio if you really wanted to. You know what I mean? So something to keep in mind there. Another thing to keep in mind to help improve your stream is music. Music is very important. Music needs to be entertaining to the people watching, but needs to not be too loud, but not too soft. So you need to find that perfect level where you need to be louder than the music. The game that you're playing needs to be louder than the music, and then the music needs to be lower than the game. So your voice, the game, and then finally the music that you're playing. Keep in mind that if you're playing, you know, some people are very much into heavy metal, and so they play heavy metal. Keep in mind that your music can directly reflect the audience that you get. And what I mean by that is if your music is heavy rap and you're playing it on stream, noticing people come in not liking the music and leaving, maybe you need to consider a different music genre, or you're just going to get people that only like rap if that's all you're playing. So keep that in mind, guys. Talking about audio levels, very good point there. Very, very good point indeed. So audio levels are important, just kind of what I talked about there. You always need to be checking audio levels. If you guys notice when I stream, and I'm streaming, you know, games and stuff like that, playing music, you guys will notice almost every time I stream, I just, you know, say, hey, you know, I talk to my chat and say, hey guys, how my audio levels look? Is my music too loud? Is it too soft? You know, is the game too loud? You know, what's working, what's not working. So keep that in mind. You know, audio levels are always important. Always important. Graphics. Graphics are another thing that you guys can do to improve the viewing experience for your viewers. If you can add in cool little graphics, like off to the side here. Look at this little rotating kind of image banner that I set up. It's a cool graphic. Helps to advertise stuff very easy and works out well. If I was to jump into something like, let's see, if I jumped to Smite in-game. So this is kind of my in-game overlay setup. You guys can see, like, okay, over on that side, over all the way to the side there, I have a little graphic with a rotating banner going on. I have this nice little window around me. You know, all this is, guys, is an image with this area where my camera is cut out. It's a PNG image, and I just, you know, have this, and then this area is cut out. Keep in mind, guys, I'm going to provide you with a bunch of overlays that you guys can use exactly like what I'm using on your own if you guys want to. So overlays, graphics are extremely important, you know, when you're trying to improve the experience as well. Another thing is microphone quality. If you're using your laptop to stream, your microphone, built-in microphone, is going to be crap. You guys need to understand, if you're going to be hanging around talking to your audience, the microphone is just as important as the badass computer that you're using and that you purchase. You want to make sure that you guys have a decent microphone. The microphone that I'm using here ranges between like $70 and $100, depending on where you get it from. It's a Blue. It's made by the company Blue, and it's a Snowball. This microphone, just a silver piece here, is like a $60 microphone, and it is a perfect beginner microphone for streaming. It comes on a tripod, so you can put it on your desk. It doesn't come with like the boom arm here and the pop filter, but you know, and you don't need to have like a complete microphone. You can have a headset too, but keep in mind, you know, look up the ratings on the headset. Do a lot of research on the headset. If you're gonna use a headset microphone, you know, it's okay. It'll do the job. They're not the best because the whole purpose of that entire unit is not a microphone. It's a headset, so speakers and everything like that. So headsets will work. They'll get you by. Some headsets are amazing and like really pricey and stuff like that, but I'm going to recommend you look into a dedicated microphone. This one's a USB. You buy it at Walmart. You can do it at Amazon, wherever. You know, you don't have to have a set microphone. Keep that in mind. But I'm going to recommend, if you get to a point, purchasing a dedicated microphone is the way to go. Overlays. So overlays are important. Overlays spice up your stream. They make them look super, super cool. And they give you lots and lots of, you know, it makes makes your stream look a little bit more professional, which is kind of what we're going for. You know what I mean? Like, we're going for professionalism. So here's a link right now. I'll show you guys a few different overlays there. How do you get rid of the better TV crap in my Twitch? I don't know what that means. So guys, here's a link. I'm going to put it in chat to overlay available. And I'll put up on stream right now. Let's go to full screen. So in full screen here, this is a Reddit post I found. And look at this cool overlay. Here's a cool overlay that you can use for when you're streaming in-game. There's another one here. Look at this. Look at this cool little overlay here that you can use that this guy is advertising. Look at this one right here. Real cool overlay that you guys can use. So you would add this image on top, and then you put your game directly behind it. Another overlay. Here is another overlay that I found on Reddit that was posted. I'll post it in chat. That's not it. Why did that work? Let's see here. Copy. Paste. There we go. Okay, here's another overlay that you guys feel free to use. Here is one without a webcam. Look at this right here. Real cool looking. Look at that. Or you can use one with a webcam if you have a webcam. Look at that right here. Name here and webcam. Pretty cool. Here is another one I found for you guys, and I'll paste that one in chat as well, and these will be in the notes too. And look at that. There's a full out overlay right there. Pretty neat, pretty nifty the way that's set up. Let's see. I have a link directly here. Let's see. How about this one? What's this overlay here? Briticles. The reason being is because I use a desk mic, like a desk webcam almost, a spare webcam for raid call when we talk in raid call. But when I'm streaming, I use my Snowball microphone in front of me. Okay, so here's another one, another overlay. I'll put it in chat now, and if you click on it, you can see without a webcam, you have this. It's pretty cool looking, but with a webcam, and there you go. Look at that, pretty fancy smancy, huh? So there's some cool ideas there that are available with overlays. All right, guys, so we're kind of going to move into our last section, which is going to be the Q&A. Here is the website that you guys can go to ask any last questions about streaming, about anything you guys have regarding, you know, the setup. Go ahead and send them over there. If someone says, are you making YouTube videos? Are making YouTube videos nearly as demanding as streaming, and what program do you recommend? Sure, good question. You're going to find in the community that you have two types of streamers on Twitch. You have the streamers that were YouTube famous, we'll call it, and then they decide to start streaming. And they go ahead and bring over this huge crowd over to Twitch. They continue doing YouTube and they do Twitch, so they have two outlets for coverage. And then you have those people that are on Twitch that's trying to do YouTube videos. The people that are on YouTube and YouTube celebrities that move into live streaming are very successful. Very, very successful, without a doubt. So keep that in mind. I would recommend trying to start out on YouTube if you can. Like, I started out on Twitch and then went to YouTube, and it's much harder compared to starting out on YouTube and then going to Twitch. But keep in mind, like, you're not just going to go ahead and start making YouTube Smite videos and then have an instant huge thousands and thousands of subscribers, because you're producing what everyone else has already produced on YouTube. There's plenty of Smite videos out there. A lot of the YouTube celebrities like Dry Bear, for example, or Squiddish, they started producing Smite videos very, very early on, and they pulled in that audience very, very early on. So they already have a huge audience, and they've kind of grabbed that YouTube audience completely. So, you could start out on YouTube with making videos. I currently use a lot of my, I take a local video, a local capture of everything I stream. So when I do podcast, I take a local capture and put it on, I'll locally adds it to my computer as well. So I have that MP4 file. When I am streaming games, I save that as well. And then I use a program called Cyberpower Director. A lot of people use Adobe, After Effects, which is very expensive. I use Cyberpower Director. It's like $100, and that allows me to pull the video from, that video that I save locally from streaming. I just move it into Cyberpower Director, and then I can cop it and chop it and move, kind of create a cool little video with it and everything. So hopefully that answers your question there. Let's see what other questions we have here on Ask.fm. Getting ready to do a build. Do you have any recommendations for video card qualifications? Sure. Anything above a 6000 series, without a doubt. A 77 series, a 7000 series is fine. A 6000 series is fine. Anything higher than a 6000 series is acceptable. Don't go overkill on a video card right now, because like between a 6000 series and an 8000 series, you're pretty much going to be able to run all the same games. I think a 6000 series will do the job no problem for you. So, that's what I would recommend. Save your money, put it into like your CPU and stuff like that. Other questions in chat. What is the benefit of a full overlay rather than just a border for your webcam? I find it makes my transitions easier when I go back to the lobby. Completely correct. The more graphics and more images that you have within a scene, the slower the transition is between one scene and another in OBS and XSplit. There's nothing wrong with it. It really comes down to your personal preference. I like to use, when I'm in game, I like to use as much of the screen real estate as possible for advertising, social media, YouTube, stuff like that. Let's see. You mentioned a 3D model viewer on a site. Was that Smite Camp? Yes, Smite Camp is where you view the 3D modeler. You go into a god, and then it's on the bottom. You have to select the god's skin, and then you get to see the 3D modeler. Let's see what else here. Trying to see if you guys have any more questions. Any more questions, guys, please go ahead and post them right over on this website. I'll make sure I answer them without a doubt. Thanks for the answers, but what I meant was, since streaming requires upload speeds and slow internet and all, would recording videos but not streaming require as much work for the computer, or less demanding? Good question. So it is less demanding to stream only locally, to do a local capture. So let's say you just want to use XSplit and you just want to do a local recording. That's one benefit of XSplit. You could just do local recordings with XSplit, where OBS you can't. So let's say you're using XSplit or Fraps or something like that. It is not going to tax your computer as much, because you're not encoding it and then sending it to Twitch. You're just creating the video and saving it on your computer. So you don't need to have as much of a beefy computer to handle the job. You also mentioned here, since streaming requires a lot of upload and internet speeds, would recording videos but not streaming them requires much work for the computer? I think we answered that. So it is definitely less demanding. You could do local recordings in OBS. I know that you can do local recordings as like a checkbox when you go live. Let me see here. There's an option that says create, yes, under, let's see, where are you at here? Under broadcast settings, you could check off save to file and then do the file path there. The option is let's see here. I assume the only other way to get around that maybe is to you can't record it. You can't record it while you stream. Correct. You can, yes, you're correct. So in chat, that is correct. That is correct. How do you record in OBS? I do not know of any local recording options within OBS outside of OBS grabs it while you're streaming. I do not see an option in here that allows you to just go ahead and do it. Okay, I see it. I see it, guys. So I'll show it to you guys right now. I found it. Full screen. So what you do is if you just want to use OBS, which you can use OBS too, since OBS is free, it works out great. All you have to do is go to Settings, and then go to Broadcast Settings. And the mode, you want to take it from Live Stream. You want to go ahead and change it to File Output Only, and then you can say where you want it at. That's where you do it. So you can go ahead and say that. So yeah, you want to come in here and change the file name each time. That was a comment made in chat. But then you just say, okay, where do you want to save it to? Let's save it to the desktop. So either way, you know, you can use one option or another there. OBS is a great product. Same thing with XSplit. You know, the local recording is not going to be as taxing for you. So if you're in a situation where like, hey, I just want to create YouTube videos, but you know, I want to be safe. You know, what's the best way to go about, you know, doing it? Use OBS or use XSplit and just save locally. It's probably easier to use OBS because it saves it in an MP4 format, which is much easier to edit compared to an FLV, which is a little bit harder to find software that will edit FLV files, which is sometimes quite the headache there. Let me go ahead and see if there's any other questions on ask.fm for us. Do streaming communities like Gamers Cove really get you more viewers for your stream? Joining any community on Twitch is going to help you get more viewership. The big thing about streaming to keep in mind is your viewers and your viewership. You know, just going ahead and going live every day is great, but there are some things to keep in mind, like consistency. You know, maybe putting up a schedule to show, you know, your viewers when you go ahead and stream every day, so they know when to catch you. Now talking about that with like getting the attention, you know, if you stream every day and there's not much going on, you know, you haven't really advertised it much, you know, and what I mean by advertise it is, did you post it on Reddit that you're streaming and what you're streaming and what makes your stream different? Did you post it on Twitter for people to see within the community? Maybe do a hashtag #Smite or @SmiteGame. Maybe they'll retweet it for you. You know, advertising your stream is the best way to get more viewers. They're not just going to flock to you because you're streaming. That's something that is the biggest you know, lie out there, is that just because you're streaming does not mean that people are going to flock to your stream. Joining a community might give you some more viewers, because in a community there are a lot of like Twitch teams or Twitch communities set up that, you know, hey, people will watch one guy in the community, then, oh, someone else is streaming in the community, let me go check them out. So there's a nice benefit to it. But there is no magic like potion or setup that's going to automatically give you more viewers. Let's look at more questions here. Where did you get the Smite poster, and how can I stay informed about the Smite community tournaments and when you are podcasting again? Good question. So the Smite poster is from posterburner.com. I'll go ahead and type it in chat. It is a website that goes ahead and prints posters. So you go on the website, you upload any image you want, and then they will print it and send it to you. How can you stay informed about the Smite community tournaments and when your podcasts go live again? I post a lot on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. My information is below. You can also check out my schedule, which is on my website, octaneprogaming.com. I'll put that in chat. So you can keep up to date with my podcast, when they go live, that type of stuff. You want to check the live streams and such. You know, that information is available. Also, you know, looking at like Smite communities and tournaments, keeping an eye on this website. A lot of the, you know, just go to Reddit, reddit.com/r/Smite. I mean, I know there could be some trolling and some not so wonderful information over there on Reddit, but a lot of the tournaments are posted over there. A lot of the community information is posted over there as well. So make sure that you guys, you know, check that out too. That'll be very helpful to you. How's it going, Short Stuff? Short Stuff actually holds the top donator on my stream. So thank you, Short Stuff. Once again for that, I really do appreciate it. So that answers that question there. How does one go about streaming on Smite Community? I think that's what it's called. Smite Community is one of the communities out there that tries to do a 24-hour stream. Other communities like that are like Tier Monster or Smite Zoned. And of course, the largest one is called Smite Game. Pretty much reaching out to those communities, visit them on Twitch and maybe type in chat, hey, how do I get a hold of somebody about streaming on this channel? Or send that channel a private message, and you can go ahead and take a look at that, and send them a private message, tell them you're interested, and go from there. Keep in mind, you're not. I don't know how those communities work, but they're probably going to request, and recommend that you stream on your own channel first before they bring you on, so they can make sure that you have the personality and that you have this streaming set up to support it and stuff like that. So keep that in mind as well. Let's see here. Let's see. If you guys have any more questions, make sure you send them over to this link right here. Let's see. I remember when that was me. That's right, Beta. You remember when you were the top one there, man. And I do appreciate it there. So, guys, going to be taking another few minutes to answer any other questions you guys have about streaming. I have gone ahead and listed the link in chat if you guys are interested. ask.fm/OctanePro. I'm going to try to put this whole segment together on online, to be honest with you. And it'll be on YouTube. This is the YouTube that it'll be at, this whole series on how to stream Smite 101. Let's see. It'll be up here within a few days. I'm going to have to do a lot of chopping because of all the lovely Twitch issues we had earlier. Shout out to some recent followers here. We got Chayak Panda and Real Guitar. And also, let's see, Point Blank Panda. Thank you guys for following me. Do appreciate it. Also, let's see what else here. Alright, so, additional questions. My favorite Smite god. Right now it's actually Ymir, changing up a little bit, from Anhur and Anubis, which are in the runners-up. Don't mind answering questions at all, guys, though. Don't mind. Can I talk a little bit on donations? Sure. So, donations, there's nothing wrong with, asking for donations when you go ahead and stream. When you start out streaming, there is going to be this pivotal point where you start to get to 10 viewers, and it's like the most exciting thing in the world, and you're going to love it. Once you get 10 viewers, you might have some of those people coming back time and time again. I have the same audience that comes back and watches me. Like every time I stream and play Smite or I play DayZ, I always have tons of people that come back, and I always recognize them and talk with them and stuff like that. Communicating with your viewers allows them to go ahead and they feel like part of the stream, and so which allows them, some of them may donate. There's a lot of sites out there that allow you to do donations that connect it to a PayPal account. A very common one is called I'mRaising.com. Let me get you guys that link real quick, and it allows you to set up like a nice little link underneath of your stream there. And it allows you to go ahead and accept donations on there. That's how I actually accept donations, is through I'mRaising, which accepts credit card and also PayPal. So that is a great way to go ahead and be able to get donations. Is go ahead if you're looking for donations, is put a link in your below your stream. Talk about donations every once in a while, but don't overdo it. And then maybe put up maybe a rotating banner that shows the top donators or recent people that have donated and stuff like that, to give those guys credit. Excuse me. So definitely an ability to do that. Look, Ma, I'm on TV. Yes, I use a plugin. Well, it's actually a program called what is it called? It's by Twitch. It is called, let me bring it up here real quick. Twitch Alerts is the name of the program. You can check out Twitch Alerts at twitch.tv/subalert. It's a program that you set up on your computer, and it allows it to display on the stream when someone follows or when someone donates to your stream. So it's a great program. I'm actually in the process of moving out of sub alerts and starting to use T-Notifier. I'm having some custom graphics made up, so the bar that pops up for you guys will be customized per my liking. So it should be pretty cool to see that. So when someone donates or when someone follows, it will go ahead and display it up on stream in a cool little setup compared to just like a black bar popping down and stuff like that. So that was T-Notifier and also Sub Alert. Hopefully that answers your question there with donations. Any other questions that you guys have, you can put them in chat, or you can go ahead and put them on the Ask website that we're using to answer any questions that you guys may have at this time. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and bring that up. And boop. There we go. Perfect. So there's that website as well if you guys want to check it out. All right, I'll give it another minute or so, guys, in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to go ahead and pop up here with any other questions. I must ask, why use T-Notifier when Twitch Alerts does the exact same stuff? And it's free. Very, very good question. The reason that I'm using T-Notifier, to be honest with you, is it's easier to use when you're setting it up, and the graphic feature is really, really nice that T-Notifier has. So what I mean by that is the sub alert feature is nice, but it's not as user friendly and it's not as clean with like the images and stuff like that. With T-Notifier though, like you sign up for and use their service and they have you send them the graphic and they do all the CSS encoding to make it look all perfect and pretty for you and set everything up for you. So it works out really, really well. That's why I do that. I stream under a channel with a few colleagues, okay? However, we stream various games rather than focused. Let's see. Is this... Oh, determinal to... Do you think? Octane, do you need chroma for subalerts? You do. You do use the chroma key for subalerts. Oh, it's okay. You can ask it wherever you want, man. I think it's good to stream a diverse amount, a diversity of games. It's cool because you get different audiences. The downside of that, of streaming different games with different people, is that, let's say I stream right now and I'm streaming Smite. So I get a few guys in chat that, really like to watch me play Smite. Well, all of a sudden I go live again and those people jump on and go, oh, that's not Octane Pro. That's, someone else. And they're streaming Diablo 3. Oh, I don't like it. I'm not going to check it out. All of a sudden, they start to get this idea of, okay, every time I check out that channel, it's somebody different, which could be okay. They might like that, but most of the time, people come to the Twitch channel to see you. They want to see the content that they liked. So that may be causing a problem for you, to be honest with you. You might want to try doing it independently on your own. That's kind of my recommendation compared to doing it with a bunch of other people. Let's see what else we got here. Any other questions on Ask or anything like that? Let's see. I may have missed it, but what are the minimum requirements for a PC to stream? You did miss it, but it's okay. It will be in the VOD that I'm going to have on YouTube, but I'll just kind of talk about it right now. The minimum is a dual-core processor, which I don't recommend. I'm going to say minimal because that's what Twitch is recommending. But a dual-core is not going to do the job. It's going to look, if you go ahead and set up your settings and everything, it's going to look very fuzzy, very crappy. So I don't recommend it at all, to be honest with you. The quad-core is kind of your recommended. Any of your quad-cores like your i5, stuff like that. And then an optimal setup, if you can afford it, is an i7. Or anything revolving around that. Let's see. Good point. The developers of Twitch Alerts is active. Maybe soon it'll be friendlier. Correct. That would be nice. They both use two different things. One's a program and the other one's a website. So the website's kind of nice because of the updates that are set up. On it. I mean, it works out really, really well, to be honest with you. By the way, Twitch is on Xbox Live also, so more viewers there. Very good point. Yep. Okay, so stick with me, but various games Thanks again for the advice. No problem. What about a single streamer with multiple games? Single streamer with multiple games has a different type of audience as well, but people come back to watch you. They could go and watch Smite anywhere. Let's say they want to watch Smite. They can go anywhere to watch Smite, but they're coming back to watch you. That's the thing that kind of works out for me is, every once in a while I want to play DayZ and I stream it. I do get a lot of my audience from Smite watching me play DayZ because they come to watch me. So keep that in mind when you're doing that stuff. Let's see if we have any more questions in chat, which is really, really nice. Let's see. So yeah, guys, I apologized earlier tonight about having some issues and kind of working on that. What about an FX 6300, 6-core at 3.5 gigahertz? Not quite as good as an i5 though. Correct. It is not good as an i5, but you will be able to stream without a doubt. I did some streaming with the I have a dual 2 PC setup. One PC does my gaming, which is in front of me, and another PC does my streaming. And it's really complicated how it works. You have an HDMI cable run from your video card in your gaming rig, and it copies your entire main monitor over to your streaming rig, and it reproduces it and handles the load. But anyways, I have an FX 8350 in my streaming rig, and the 6300 is a decent one. You'll be able to get by without a doubt. Just probably run your encoding with a 6300 at like faster. So when you get into it, encoding it faster. Probably don't push 1920 by 1080 for your resolution. Probably like a 720 resolution is better for you. And make sure your upload speed is set correctly and your frames per second maybe 29.97 or 30 or something like that. As a personal streamer and a part of the 24/7 channel, I can confirm what Octane says. Well, great, thank you. Honestly, I find DayZ so boring I could barely watch it even when you stream. Well, it's good to know, man. It's not for everybody. I stream with a 4-core AMD. Nothing wrong with that at all. That'll, as I said, that'll do the job. That's recommended. I wouldn't try to stream with less than a quad core whatsoever. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Any more questions on Ask.fm or on Twitch before we go ahead and call it a night here? Started at 9, about 2 hours. We did have about a half hour of Twitch server issues. Okay, what's up, Octane? I lag in-game while streaming. Any setting help? Yes. You need to go ahead and you need to check your CPU. Right-click on your task manager, or right-click on your taskbar at the very bottom. I can actually show you where that's at real quick. If I swap over here in full screen, go down the bottom, right-click here, and go to Start Taskbar. This bar is going to come up here and go to Performance, and you need to keep an eye on the CPU. It sounds like you're maxing out your CPU, which is causing a ton of problems for you. So that would be my first recommendation. If you are maxing out your CPU, you need to go into your streaming software, and you need to go ahead and turn down your encoding to make it a faster speed. You also may need to change your resolution. You might be, the resolution you selected to stream at might be a little too aggressive. You might need to lower it down a little bit. I'd also recommend taking a look at your upload speed and seeing if you are, if you're getting a lot of drop frames within your streaming software, you may need to make some alterations to that bit rate in there as well. What other questions we have here? Also, does the video card have much to do with streaming? No. Video card has nothing to do with streaming. Now, granted, the quality of the graphics that are up on your screen are going to be mirrored to the stream, but it has nothing to do with it. It's nothing at all. Everything is on your CPU and your internet speed. Let's see what else we got here. Gave you a follow. Seems like a decent guy. I'm considering trying out Smite and seeing how it fits into my stream roster. Very good idea. I think it's a great idea, man. I'm very happy to hear that we might possibly have another person checking out Smite. I think that's great, without a doubt. I can kind of see here. Let's see, Dulane. It looks like you've been streaming for a little while now, about 900 followers. So congratulations to you, man. I think that's great. A lot of this stuff we're discussing is kind of very minuscule to you, but I think you're on the right path. On the right path, without a doubt. Do you know if in-game Twitch streaming will be fixed? To me, they might actually remove that because it's such a disaster. And that client that they have is not meant to do in-game streaming, so stay away from it. Do you need a second monitor to see things instead of logging out of your game? It's a huge benefit to have a second monitor. It is very informative and great to have off to the side. If you can't have a second monitor, maybe you have a tablet. Pop up the tablet with chat off to the side. It's always nice to have additional monitors for different areas. So for example, for me, over here to the right, I have a monitor that has up the Twitch chat. In front of me is my gaming monitor. I have up what you guys saw before. To the left of me, I have all my notes for tonight about all the stuff I want to cover. I also have my audio levels up as well. And then I have my task manager up as well. So a lot of screen region, it allows you to see a lot. Once you go to a dual screen, you'll never go back to a single screen. This is a great and informative stream. Well, thanks, Joshua. Appreciate it, man. Dwayne, thanks. It is nice to see people out there actually setting a time to do something like this. Yeah, we had a few hiccups, but I will be putting it up on YouTube. I've been in and out. I plan to stream soon. I want to get your new PC, so this is great to get information. Yep. And guys, if you guys come into my chat when I'm streaming Smite or whatever, feel free to ask your questions about streaming. It's not just dedicated to tonight. Feel free to ask me, and if you guys want, send me a private message on Twitch, and we can have a private message about it. As part of your education for us newbie streamers, you considering a view and feedback session. Appreciate it would be pretty time intensive. A view and feedback session. Yes, I would definitely do that. Make sure that you just send me a private message and, let me know when you're going to be streaming next, and maybe I can jump on and check it out. I won't be able, I do have my schedule listed below, and I'm not going to be able to check out your stream during my scheduled time, but I'll do my best to check out your stream. So, send me a private message, guys. I'm not one of those individuals that's not touchable in regards to communicating with and stuff like that. So send me a private message and we'll talk about it. How taxing is a second monitor on your video card streaming and recording? I feel that I experienced FPS drops in Smite when I hooked up to a TV for a bit as a second monitor. A second monitor is going to tax your video card a little bit, but not much. Now, granted, if you're trying to run 2 games at once on them, or you're going to play a game and run a video on another one, it's going to tax your video card pretty heavy. Now, if you're playing on your game, but you have your second monitor as your TV, you're talking about a whole nother ball game. That is going to tax your video card ridiculously because of the quality that you're trying to push out to your television. I would not recommend a television as a second monitor. I would not recommend a large television as a primary monitor. You can burn out your video cards very easily trying to push out that type of resolution and stuff like that. Yeah, TV, not the best second monitor. Let's see. You guys can hit me up if you like. I can't hear the video because I'm in IRC, but I'd love to help some of you people as well. Yep, Beta Slimer, there you go. What should my resolution be? I missed that part of my normal resolution. So your normal resolution is 1920 by 1080. I would recommend looking, depending on how good your computer is, I look at probably streaming around 720. So look for a resolution that's right around 720. I go from there. Also, it could take a bit of time to get used to. I use 3 screens from time to time. Yep. Hey, you lose focus. That's funny. I use a TV for my primary monitor, a 19-inch at 1080. Would you recommend not using it since you just said it could burn out your video card? A 19-inch is nothing crazy to worry about. I'm talking about people that use like a 42-inch or a 60-inch or a 70-inch television as their primary. A 19-inch is not something to be afraid of. You're welcome, man. I don't mind giving the feedback at all. I don't mind at all. Keep the questions coming, guys. Ugh. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so we'll wait to see if anyone else has any more questions, and then we'll go ahead and, if not, we'll head out for tonight. But if you guys have more questions, definitely looking forward to them. We'll answer them, as I did say. You're a beginner streamer. Any advice? Yes. I'm going to recommend going back through and watching this VOD on my YouTube. I just did 2 hours of talking about streaming and advice, tips and tricks, setup stuff, recommendations, stuff like that. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I will recommend you check out the YouTube video. It should be up on YouTube within the next few days. Here's the channel that it's going to be on. So just keep an eye out there. Ghost Killer, it's not that I don't want to answer your whole question, but I just spent the whole night going over it. So I don't want to I have to repeat everything I said, that's all. Let's see if we have any more questions for tonight. Nightbot advice? Yeah, I mean, Nightbot's definitely something to look at, guys. Nightbot is something that helps to advertise in your channel, which is great, but then it also helps to moderate your channel. I'm one of those people where I kind of like to moderate my channel a decent amount, so that's why I use Nightbot. Some people use MooBot as well. Any tips to new players for League? For playing League, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you know, if you're going to start to get into playing League within Smite, you know, be very open-minded. But you know, when you join into a League game, you know, kind of let people know what you're playing, but don't limit yourself. Like, don't go into a League game and go, I'm only playing on her. This is all I play. I don't know how to play anyone else. You're not benefiting your team during the picks and ban stage when you join a League game and say, this is the only person I know how to play. You need to go into a League game being able to play a handful of games, or a handful of gods, I'm sorry, and, you know, be very versatile with that. How important do you feel schedule consistency is? Schedule consistency is gold. Gold, guys. Check out every major streamer out there. You will see they have a schedule posted, and they stick to a schedule to a T. Reason being is, for example, Daisy streamer Lyric. I always love watching him. I bring him up a lot. He's one of the most successful streamers on Twitch. That's why I talk about him. He streams every day at 12 o'clock. Everyone knows that. Why? Because he streams every day at 12 o'clock. It's posted on his channel, and he sticks to it to a T, and so his audience comes back time and time again. So that's what I recommend. Definitely get a schedule up on your stream. If it's not below, it's your AFK image, whatever. There's a high-pitched noise in the stream right now. Can you equalize the mic or something? Is anyone else getting a high-pitched noise? Because you shouldn't be getting any high-pitched noises, to be honest with you guys. Let me know if anyone else is getting a high-pitched noise that he's talking about. What program do I use to stream? I use OBS and XSplit. I use both. Do you think the FX 6300 and the video card would be able to run 2 monitors while streaming Smite? Yes, you will be able to. Make sure you have top picks mastered. How do you get those scrolling text and donation pop-ups on your stream? Or is that part of the video? That is a program called SubAlert. Twitch.tv/subalert is the way to go ahead and check it out. Twitch.tv/subalert is a program that you go ahead and set up. Hey Octane, when will you be uploading this to YouTube? I just got here and missed it. That's okay, man. It'll be on YouTube by Sunday. Between now and Sunday, it'll be up on YouTube. And here's the YouTube channel that it will be on. Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, about the high-pitched noise. I'm just glad it resolved itself. What is XSplit used for? XSplit is used for doing the different scenes and actually sending the streaming software or the stream out to you guys. It's actually the software needed to stream. I use XSplit for doing podcasts because it has a bunch of really good plugin features that you can add in. OBS does not have those great features. Do you think viewer games are a good way to boost, maintain viewers, or any good tips for viewer entertainment? Very good point. I recommend for all you streamers out there that are looking to increase your viewer base to have a focus. Like, if your focus is League games, play League games and make yourself known for that. You know, put that in your title. If you do a lot of viewer games, put that in your title and try to focus only on viewer games. If you do arena games, blah, 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 like try to have a focus with streaming. Don't try to do a little bit of everything. Try to have a focus, and you'll grow the audience that's interested in that focus. Do you think age has anything to do with your viewership? No, not necessarily. The male versus female argument can be brought up a lot, and you know, I don't care who you are, but females will always get get a lot of views compared. Let's say you have a female startup and a male startup, the exact same personalities. A female is going to have more views and more followers. Reason being is the video game industry is male dominant, so males enjoy watching females. That's just how it works out. So, you know, it is not necessarily age that I see, but definitely male versus female that matters. How do you get the little name tag above your name during a Smite game? Sure, that's an overlay. That's just an overlay image. I talked about that during the 2-hour period that we did tonight's show. I'll be including in the link on the YouTube channel all the information about the overlays and where you guys can find to use those overlays. Just an image that goes over top of your webcam. Best River NA is 15, and he consistently gets 15K viewers and hits, or 5K and hits 15K very often. Yep, there you go. I mean, age I feel has nothing to do with it. It really comes down to how entertaining you are, and if you have a niche or focus or skill set that you know people are very much interested in. So something to keep in mind there, without a doubt. What other questions you guys got? How important do you feel background is? Your sound, your surroundings that get caught by the camera. I guess relating also personal experience. Sure, without a doubt. It's very important. I moved from upstairs. I had an office upstairs. I moved it downstairs to the basement. It's quieter down here. It's not picking up as much sound around. You know, if you're trying to stream and you got your brother yelling in the background or your mom yelling in the background or kids running around or whatever, people don't want to join a stream where like there's crap going on everywhere. You know, it needs to be a professional setting, to be honest with you. Please don't throw out music to try to hide that either, because people can still hear that. They hear the music, they hear your voice, they hear the in-game sound. So it is very important. How much is XSplit? I'm not sure. I purchased it a long time ago before you actually paid per month. I purchased it when there was a set price. Can you repeat the link for the sub thing? Oh, yeah, sure. Twitch.tv/subalert. What about Potter guys, 40 plus? Oh, older guys, 40 plus. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that either. You know, some people might be turned off by older age, but not that I know of. I mean, I know I'm completely not. You know, test it out with your webcam and see. You know, have a webcam on, see how it works out. If you're finding that there's an issue, just turn off your webcam. Then you don't have to worry about it. But I don't see an issue with age, to be honest with you. I mean, if I jumped on and saw a 50-plus gentleman streaming, you know, I'd hang out and watch him. If he's entertaining and funny and, you know, good to watch and very talkative, I'd stick with it. It wouldn't bother me at all. Yeah, without a doubt. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. What other questions we got here? Thanks for the help. Hopefully we can do viewer games while I stream someday. Sounds great, man. Not complaining at all. Let me know what other questions that you guys have without a doubt, and you know, we'll kind of go from there. Let's see. No more. It doesn't look like there's any more questions there. Guys, I'm probably going to go ahead and head out. I've been streaming since about 9 o'clock. I will be streaming tomorrow night, Friday. I will be streaming on Saturday as well. And on Sunday, I will be going away for business, so I will not be streaming. Keep in mind, guys, that my schedule Sunday through Thursday of next week is going to be crazy because I will be away for business. So I may or may not be streaming from the hotel room. Not really sure. What do you think? Do you think it helps to stream with, or not to say a partner, but a friend or some other person? I recommend streaming independently. I think you're going to grow your audience independently, not with that other person. Am I playing Smite after this? I am not. I need to head out and get some things done. Thank you guys very, very much. I am going to go ahead and put this up on YouTube, and it will be up on youtube.com/thesmiteupdate. So make sure that you guys go check it out. Go over and subscribe to that today. You can see my podcast over there as well. Other community content too. Feel free to follow my channel, guys, as well. If you guys enjoyed kind of the how to stream Smite 101. I will put it into a nice YouTube video, chop it up, make it all nice and clean for you guys, and go from there. So thank you guys very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Probably start streaming around 9 or 9:30. It kind of varies on Fridays, but probably 9, 9:30. Anyways, guys, take care. Thank you very much for watching.